discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge.
Right? That their lips may keep knowledge. Okay? Right?
Verse 3, for the lips of a strange woman drop as in honeycomb.
Right? The lips of a strange woman is who? Example, my heart. My heart is a strange woman. Her lips, she got her own knowledge, 42 laws, right? And like I told him, he was seduced by that. He was seduced. That's the reason why he's got the uncle. He got all the symbolism that shows that he's been seduced by that strange woman. Just like us. We were seduced by this beautiful woman, you know, this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And guess what? We wear the symbolism, right? That show, like the name of the Lord and his son, right? We wear the garments. These are symbolism that shown that we're totally persuaded and seduced into what? The wisdom, knowledge of Yahawash.
Yep, that's right.
What?
Bad.
Brainwashed.
That's right. Right?
Verse 3, for the lips of a strange woman drop as in honeycomb.
Right, it's a honeycomb, meaning it's sweet, especially when you ain't got nothing.
Right.
Imagine a man who hasn't had a woman in 20 years. And he finally gets a fine woman, what he believes to be a fine woman. Because I don't know if you noticed, when you haven't had a woman in a while, the first woman that gives you time, gives you any type of attention, you might think that, you know. But it's like, no, it gets better than that. It's just you've been in a drought. That's what it is. His mind has been, what, in a drought. And when he finally got a fine woman, spiritually, doctrine, she seduced him, and he embraced her wholeheartedly.
Yeah, getting buns every night.
That's right.
Getting buns every night,
Right.
you know?
And-
but this woman, she gonna treat you like shit for a little while.
Yeah.
See if you're gonna stick around.
Yeah, so he embraced her, and then he starts to speak of the woman, which is the mahat and the this and the this and the that, and then he starts to act like the woman.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, see, and that's why Solomon went off ultimately. It wasn't because he had all these women, it's because he was bowing down and worshiping their gods.
That's right.
That's exactly what that guy was doing.
That's right.
For the spirit.
That's exactly what he's doing. All right, brother.
Verse 3, for the lips of a strange woman drop as in honeycomb.
Right?
And her mouth is smoother than oil,
Right?
but her end is bitter.
But her end is bitter. That's why the Zaquan kept saying, the Most High's gonna have to jack you up. Ultimately, I even said, hey, listen, you're gonna be destroyed when the Most High judges this place. Because that's the bitter part of it. That's the bitter end of indulging yourself into these other doctrines. Right?
But her end is bitter as wormwood.
As wormwood. Wormwood, it goes back to thermonuclear missiles.
Mararium, and in the Hebrew, that's when you look up wormwood in the Hebrew, it says mararium, which means bitters.
Yeah. So ultimately goes back to what? The thermonuclear destruction, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to taste that fire, man. Right?
But her end is bitter as wormwood,
Right.
sharp as a two-edged sword.
Right?
Her feet go down to death.
Right, her feet go down to death. The man's a dead man walking, and he doesn't even know that. We know he's dead spiritually, because when we try to pump life into him, what is the life? Yahawash said, I am the way, I'm the life. So when we trying to pump Yahawash, it's like resuscitating, you know, when you trying to pump somebody's heart, you know, because they going flat. So we try to pump Yahawash into this dude, like, come on, wake up.
Yeah, that's what we said. He's the life.
Hey, he's
the
not
one
even
that quickens us. So.
The man is like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be destroyed, okay? Oh, you going off, okay? Like,
I get it.
I get it.
Nah, bro.
No.
You can't be agreeing with what we're saying and still agreeing.
That's how you know
with those
his
spirits.
belief in what he holds to be true is not strong.
That's right. It's
You
not.
know, because as a man, if somebody comes for your belief or what you doing, you know, you gotta defend it. You gotta defend it.
That's right.
That's what it's about. We out here in defense of the gospel, and sometimes we have to jump on the offense. When we
That's
see
right.
a Jake going off, they're making attacks against us, but they may not understand it. You know?
That's right.
Because again, like you said, brother, it's the class of the knowledges. But
right.
one of them has to be subdued.
That's right.
And that's what I was going to tell them. The first step was your mind has to be subdued. You know, you got to keep quiet.
To bring in the obedience and thought into the obedience of the Mashiach.
Oh shit! Is that Colossians 3?
Yeah, strong. Yeah, bring that out. Well, you bring it out finally.
Yeah.
Proverbs 5.
That's what it's about. Like we were kind of going into for the most of the day, is that you got to renew your mind. You know, you have to renew your mind. Our people have a hard time renewing their minds, man. Because you have a lot of Israelites that are confusing the hell out of our people still.
That's right.
Like, completely. Especially with all these celebrities coming out and saying different things. You see the bitch Tiffany Haddish, she must have read that scripture where it says, a shamefaced woman. It's not a shamefaced kind as a dog, because she cut her hair.
Yeah, man.
She looked like one of them ancient women that be mourning. It talks about you need to start lamenting. That face of her with that serious face with no hair, I was like, oh shit.
Bugging, man. Bugging. These women.
Bugging, but she not doing it in sincerity and truth, because she got them demons dancing in her heads.
Yeah.
And that goes for all these celebrities, man. They touch this truth, and the demons start. It's a house party, 1, 2, and 3 in their head.
Yeah, because now it's a battle, because like the scripture says, only one can stand in that building. When you go back to Ezra's, you know, Ezra's, when the Lord told Ezra's to go into the place where there was grass with no building had been established, it was all spiritual, because he was basically telling Ezra's that wherever my foundation is established, can no other building stand. Right. Meaning when Yahawash comes in there, everybody else got to get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people, they're trying to accept Yahawash, and while Yahawash's kicking out them demons, they're holding strong to them demons. Like, don't go nowhere. I still want you in here in my heart. Right. While I bring Yahawash, you can't do that. That's where you really bug out. That's when you really lose your mind. You end up in a psych ward. All right?
Right.
2 Corinthians 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High, to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahawash.
Powerful. I mean, imaginations, imagery, images.
Every high thing.
High thing, thoughts. That's what you get. That's what you get. What you get knowledge from thoughts. You know, spirits. So every thought has to be under the subjection of the thoughts of Yahawash.
That's why the scripture says you had to be born as a newborn babe. When you're a newborn babe, your parent is making you subdue and make you learn everything they tell you.
That's right.
You don't have no choice.
That's right.
And that's exactly how it is with this truth. You have to learn from a man of the Lord, whether you like it or not. That's a huge problem that our people have too. You got a lot of old heads that don't want to learn from the young men who are learning this thing. That's a big stuff. And Yahawash was very young when he started.
That's right.
So now again, he got his men very young. Remember the scripture you like to bring out, the youth, the strength. we got that strength, man, to carry this torch on.
That's right.
And not just us, the brothers are globally bringing it out, man. Our enemy hates it. That's why this truth makes us so happy, and we push so hard, you know.
That's right. That's right. Anything, again, we've sworn eternal hostility. You know what I'm saying, against all forces of evil, right? That comes out of what? Our enemies, man. Edom, Esau, the Edomites, the heathens. We sworn